Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do part 2 on Canadian volcanoes and volcanic fields. We're going to start with Mount Kayleigh Massif. Mount Kayleigh Massif consists of an eroded but potentially active stratovolcano that towers over the Chiquita and Squamish river valleys, part of the Garibaldi volcanic belt, and the Mount Kayleigh Massif was formed by subduction zone volcanism along the western margin of North America. And we'll do a tilt here so you can see it more. And this is Mount Kayleigh here. I don't think there's any views in this area, but we can see. And there does not appear to be any here. There are some over in this area, but I don't see any for this area. Wait, maybe that's one right there. Hang on. We might have got lucky. Oh, yes, we did. Oh, awesome. Okay, so now we're down at the bottom of it on the side. We look around and see people. So we're not exactly on the side of it. We're in a very beautiful area, though. That was really pretty. So anyway, moving on to the next one is Chiquita Creek Peak. I'm going to back out a little bit. Chiquita Creek Peak is a subglacial mound in northwestern British Columbia, Canada. It is one of the volcanoes of the Northern Cordilleran volcanic province and last erupted in the Pliocene period. Now tell me, that's already a beautiful view there. So we're going to see if we have any views from closer down. We don't have any there. So we'll back up. And we don't have any for this area. And we're moving on to the next one, which is Chillin Sea Mount. And this is Chillin Sea Mount here. And it's a seamount located in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of the northern Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. And our next one is Chiquita Mountain. Chiquita Mountain is a volcanic feature in the Northern Cordilleran volcanic province that formed in the past 66.4 million years of the Cenozoic epoch. Wow, 66 million years, that's a lot of time. So we're going to see if we have a view in this area at all. And we don't have one there. So let's back up some. And we're looking around this area to see if we have any, and we do not. And we're moving on to our next one, which is Cinder Clift. Cinder Clift is a cinder cone in the northern British Columbia, Canada. It is thought to have erupted during the Holocene period and is part of the late Adziza volcanic complex. So this is Cinder Cone here. So we'll go around a little bit. Doesn't have a really good view, but We're going to back out some. And we're going to see if we can look at that area from up above. And we have no views in that area. So we are moving on to our next one, which is Cinder Cone. And this one's really cute. Here we go. Cinder Cone is a cinder cone with a small crater on the west side of the Helm Glacier in Garibaldi Province Park in British Columbia, Canada. Cinder Cone is surrounded by cinder flats and its crater is filled with meltwater during the summer. Cinder Cone is eroded easily by meltwater during the spring, washing the pyroclastics into the Valley of Desolation. Cinder Cone produced a 9-kilometer or 6-mile long lava flow during the early Holocene. And we're going to get a view here. So we're going to go right here. And if we look right over here, this is Cinder Cone. And that's really pretty. Moving on to the next one is Cinder Mountain. And I'm going to have to click this one open. It is a partly eroded cinder cone at the head of the Snickpacker Creek, British Columbia, Canada. It is one of the Iskut-Inuk river cones and is a source of basaltic lava flow that extends 4 kilometers or 2 miles north into the Copper King Creek. An isolated pile of subaerial basalt flows and associated pillow lava rests on varied clay until, in King Creek, Cinder Mountain last erupted during the Pliocene. And here we go, here's a view. Clinker Peak. Clinker Peak is a stratovolcano in the Garibaldi volcanic belt, part of the Clinker Peak Ridge on the west side of Garibaldi Lake. Clinker Peak is considered a volcanic vent of Mount Price and produced 2 large lava flows approximately 9,000 years ago. That ponded against the retreating continental ice sheet and formed the barrier containing Garibaldi Lake. So we'll see if we have any views in this area. You can see this is Mount Price here and Clinker Peak here. We have a view over here from this one, but I don't want to go to that one yet. So we're moving on to the next one, which is Cinder Cone Peak. This one has no info other than listing. That's the only way that I know that this one is a real one, but if you look in the area, you don't see so very much. So we're moving on to the next one, which is Bako Caldera Complex. We're going to back out a little bit. Bako Caldera Complex is a large dissected caldera complex in the Chilcotin Group and Anaheim volcanic belt in central British Columbia, Canada. It has a diameter of 60 kilometers or 37 miles and is composed mainly of Eocene, felsic, and mafic volcanic rocks. Rocks within the Caldera range in composition from basalt to rhyolite. And we'll give you a view of the area here, which I think is always really cool. And then we'll see if we have an on-the-ground view. And we don't appear to, so we're moving on to Koko Crater. Koko Crater is a cinder cone in the Stilkine country of northwestern British Columbia, Canada. Koko Crater is one of 30 cinder cones around the Mount Aziza complex that formed in the year 700. The ash around Koko Crater is quite deep. Its summit is a jet black color and its summit is red. It is quite different color from the brown color of Coffee Crater, which is to the south of Koko Crater. So we look here, and you have Coffee Crater over here and Koko Crater here. And I'm not sure there's views in this area or not, but we can peek and look, and I don't see any. So we're moving on to Coffee Crater, which is right next to it. Coffee Crater is a well-preserved cinder cone south of Mount Ziza, British Columbia, Canada. It was formed during the Holocene period. It is within the Snowshoe Lava Field, part of the Mount Ziza volcanic complex. That is really cool. We're going to backpack out. I'm going to go out this far. I want to see if there's any views at all. There doesn't appear to be any. So we are moving on to Cottonwood Peak. And this is Cottonwood Peak here. Cottonwood Peak is a volcanic feature of the Northern Cordilleran volcanic province that formed in the past 1.6 million years during the Pliocene epoch. Check this out. These are like really neat looking. So let's go down here. I want to do this. Go over here. We're going to do a tilt. Y'all can see all the mountains over here. Okay, let's see if we can go around. Ooh. Okay, so now you can see it better here. This is Cottonwood Peak. And moving on to Cracker Creek Cone. Cracker Creek Cone is a small cinder cone in the northwestern British Columbia. A large lava flow that partly covered Ruby Creek may have originated from this cone. The lower west side of the cone appears to be partly covered by glacial till, suggesting that the cone is older than the most recent glacial advances down Ruby Creek. Cracker Creek Cone is in the Northern Cordilleran volcanic province and is one of the 3 young volcanic cones in the Atlan volcanic field. So this here. And I notice there's a road here, so we might see if there's any views here at all. And I don't see any. Let's back out a little bit more. And there are none for in this area. So we are moving on to our next one, which is Cross Diatreme. And this is a diatreme in southeastern British Columbia, Canada. So we're going to go around. This is a diatreme. And there is a road over here, so let's see if we can get a view. We're going to go right here. And we have trees. Oh no. Okay, don't know if we can, I don't think we'll be able to see it here. There's no views over here. Okay, so we're moving on to our next one, which is Crow Lagoon. Crow Lagoon is a little-known volcanic center located north of Prince Rupert, British Columbia, Canada. There are beds of thick basaltic tephra that are of Holocene age. Crow Lagoon is one of the top 10 volcanoes in Canada with recent seismic activity. The others include Castle Rock, Mount Edziza Volcanic Complex, Mount Cayley, Hoodoo Mountain, the Volcano, Mount Silverthrone, Mount Meager Massif, Wells Gray Clearwater Volcanic Field, and Mount Garibaldi. So let's see if we have any views in this area. We have one out here, so we'll go out into the water here. Wow, this is gorgeous. How beautiful. So we were viewing this area over here, but seeing this part here. And moving on to our next one, which is Dark Mountain. We're going to back out a little bit. Dark Mountain is a subglacial mound. Now, they don't have any more information on it other than that, but it is a subglacial mound. We'll do a little tilt view here. And I don't know, we have a view here. And it appears we do not, well, we have one from the lake, but I'm not going to go there. Our next one is Caldera Sea Mount. One second.
Thank you, Mom. Love you.
I love you too, baby. Sorry, you guys, had family step in for a second. Caldera Sea Mount is a seamount range located in the Pacific Ocean northwest of Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. They are also known as the Caldera Sea Mount Range or the Caldera Sea Mount Chain. So we can see it here. And it goes from down here to over here and here. Moving on to our next one is Devastator Peak. Devastator Peak, also known as the Devastator, is the lowest and southernmost of 6 subsidiary peaks that form the Mount Meager Massif in southwestern British Columbia, Canada. It is located 55 kilometers or 34 miles west of Brelorne. Devastator Peak is a dissected andesitic volcanic plug, which was part of the larger structure of Mount Meager, but parts eroded away, leaving Devastator Peak. Like the rest of Mount Meager Massif, it is part of the Garibaldi volcanic belt, which is a segment of the Cascade volcanic arc, but it is not within the geographic boundaries of the Cascade Range. Isn't that really cool looking? Okay, so let's see if we have a view for this one. Sometimes we do, but we don't seem to have one on this one. We're going to back up some and see if we have anything anywhere around here. We don't appear to, so we're going to move on to our next one, which is Dome Mountain. Oops. Dome Mountain, also called Round Mountain, also called Round Mountain. Round Mountain is a volcanic feature in northern Cordilleran volcanic province that formed in the past 1.6 million years of the Pliocene. Round Mountain. We don't have any views here that I can see. And we're moving on to our next one, Mount Downton. Not downtown, but Downton. D-O-W-N-T-O-N. Mount Downton is the highest summit of the 10-kilometer, 6-mile diameter Itcha Range, located 40 kilometers or 25 miles northeast of the Anaheim River, Anaheim Lake, and 33 kilometers or 21 miles east of Far Mountain in the Chilcotin district of central interior of British Columbia, Canada. It lies within Itcha Iligatous Provincial Park. It is part of the Anaheim Volcanic Belt, a west-east trending line of volcanoes formed when North American plate moved over a hotspot, similar to one feeding the Hawaiian Islands, called the Anaheim Hotspot. The Anaheim Volcanic Belt includes other immediately nearby ranges, and the Rainbow and Iligatous ranges. Sorry, you guys. I'm a little tongue-tied today. Not too bad, but I'm a little bit tongue-tied today. And we don't appear to have any views here. So we're moving on to our next one, which is Dragon Cone. I like these names. Dragon Cone is a monogenic cinder cone located in Wells Gray Provincial Park in east central British Columbia. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see if we get a tilt view here. You can see how high it is. These are clouds. Looks like clouds over here. And I wonder if there might be a view here. And there doesn't appear to be. So we are moving on to our next one, which is Dufferin Island. We'll back out a little bit here. Dufferin Island is part of the volcanic area called the Miltbanky Sound Group, which includes several monogenic cinder cones. Holocene basaltic lava flows from Dufferin Island overlie adjacent beach deposits. So let's see, we have a view in this area. And We don't appear to. I'm surprised. We have one over here, but wait, we'll go over here to Campbell Island and see if we can look back that way. That's Bella Bella Airport. So when you hear about the earthquakes in Bella Bella. So this is an airport. So not much view there. And moving on to the next one, which is Mount Edziza. Mount Edziza is a stratovolcano in the Cinder country of northwestern British Columbia, Canada. The volcano and the surrounding area are protected within Mount Edziza Provincial Park. It consists of multiple peaks and ridges with several glaciers flowing in all directions. The summit is topped by an ice-filled caldera, which is almost 1 mile wide. The three main peaks around the summit caldera are the southwest summit and the southeast summit and the north summit. Ice Peak overlaps the southern flank of Mount Edziza. Mount Edziza is one of Canada's highest volcanoes at 9,121 feet. Snow and ice covered Mount Silverthrone in southwestern British Columbia has a height of 9,396 feet. Wow. Okay, so we're going to do our tilt. I'm going to see if there's any views in this area at all. Sometimes there will be, and sometimes there won't be, and it looks as though we do not have one here. If we don't, and we are moving on to our last one, which is Ember Ridge. And this is Ember Ridge here. Ember Ridge is a volcanic mountain ridge associated with Mount Cayley volcanic field in British Columbia, Canada. Ember Ridge is made up of a series of steep-sided domes of complexly jointed hornblende pyritic basalt and the most recent eruptions during the Holocene. And I think we had a view here. I thought we did. Let me back out a little bit. And I guess we do not. Anyways, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I will be back with part 3. Please share, please like, and have a great day. Thank you. Much love.